Good morning to all and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is all about the protest by the wrestlers. It is an important editorial because it is related to women. Any article, any editorial related to women is important. You may get as a passage in prelims or mains. You may get a question in descriptive English. In fact, SBI once they asked a question. Women are being exploited physically, socially, and financially. Substantiate the statement and suggest three remedies. Do remember there are so many dimensions that go with women. Any dimension is important, and you may get as a passage in prelims, mains, and you may get a question in descriptive English. And this is all about sexual harassment, obviously, an important topic, an important dimension at the workplace and everywhere, an important topic. And you have to learn the lexical terms, related phrases and idioms, and also you have to develop contextual awareness. Besides the editorial, today you're going to work on spot the errors and multiple words, a new pattern. Mains point of view, that is an exam topic, and you're going to work on foreign words, you're going to work on phrasal verbs. Let us start the session with the editorial vocabulary. The very first word, overhaul. It can be a noun, it can be a verb. And it has been used as a noun in the editorial. And do remember, it can be a verb as well. What does it mean? To completely change a system so that it works more effectively. You can also think of the word revamp, revitalize, complete transformation, complete change. Am I audible? Please respond, one of you. And overhaul, do remember it can be a verb, it can be a noun. Allegation, singular, allegations, plural. That means it is a noun. A statement made without giving proof that someone has done something wrong or illegal. Allegation, accusation, more or less the same meaning. And both the words have been used in the editorial. Allegation, you make a statement about someone without proof that someone has done something wrong or illegal. Thank you very much for responding. And accuse. Accuse goes more with everyday English. It goes with effective English as well. Part of speech verb. Thank you. Thanks for responding. An accusation noun form. Accuse verb. It's a regular verb. To say that someone has done something morally wrong, illegal, or unkind. As I said, allegation, accusation, more or less one and the same. But subtle difference. What is that subtle difference? Allegations, they go more with formal English, formal context. Accusation also goes with a formal context, but it can go with informal English, informal context as well. Harassment, we have got this word already. It can be a verb, it can be a noun. Harass, verb, harassment, noun. Behavior that annoys or upsets someone. More than annoy, behavior that troubles or bothers or pesters someone. There is a typical combination, I'm sorry to use that, police harassment. That is a typical combination, but it is in usage. Harassment, noun. Still, it goes with everyday English. It goes with, you try to mix things, liquid, coffee, tea, stir. But here it has a different meaning altogether. Part of speech noun, an occasion when a group of people stand together to show that they disagree with or support something or someone. A lot of people come together and they stand together to show some support or to protest against someone or something. Then we call it a stir. Here you can also think of the word demonstration, protest. Platitude we have got for the first time, so you have to remember, you got to spend some time. Platitude, part of speech noun, a remark or statement that may be true but is boring and has no meaning because it has been said so many times before. Whenever you talk to a politician, you listen to a politician and you read the newspaper, you come across a standard expression. What is that? The law takes its own course. That's a standard saying. So, based on referring to that platitude, a remark or statement that may be true, it could be true, but is boring and has no meaning. Why? because it has been said so many times before. Censure, an important word, part of speech noun. Strong criticism or disapproval. Strong criticism or disapproval, an important word. Probity, you have got the word probe many a time. Probe means investigate, and probing nature, one combination. But be careful, here the word probity has a different meaning altogether. Probity means what? Complete honesty. You cannot guess also, so you got to be careful. And this is another word you have to spend your time on. Very good. I appreciate Anusha writing all the related words. That will definitely help you in the long run. Others will also get enriched. Delete, a simple word, I'm sure you guys know. Part of speech verb, to remove a written or electronic text. It goes with design. Delete this, delete that. Benign, an important word, part of speech adjective. Pleasant and kind. It has a positive connotation. It is a positive word. I'm sure you all know this word, immerse. It goes with the festival. Ganesh, Lord Ganesh being immersed. Immerse, part of speech verb. To put something or someone completely under the surface of a liquid, or usually we say water, immersion. But here you have to recollect one word, dip, D-I-P. The word dip has many meanings, but some people what they do on, if at all they go on a pilgrimage, pilgrim, noun, pilgrimage also noun, visiting holy places. Many of the people who go on a pilgrimage, they go to Ganga, the Ganges, and they take a holy dip. There is one expression called holy dip that you have to recollect. Clamor. We have got once or twice an important word. Malign. Very good, Thapa. I appreciate that. Clamor, part of speech noun. To make a loud complaint or demand. There was a clamor, there is a clamor. Resolve. We have got many a time. Part of speech verb. To solve or end a problem or difficulty. Resolve your problem. Condemn, a simple word, and if you read the newspaper, you come across quite often. Condemn means what? To criticize something or someone strongly, usually for moral reasons. His behavior has been condemned. Crackdown, another important word, it's a noun and it can be a verb. A situation in which someone starts to deal with bad or illegal behavior in a more severe way. Usually, this goes with, imagine a lot of people are protesting and police resort to a crackdown. It goes with that context. Patronage, patron, noun, patronage also noun. What does it mean? The support given to an organization by someone, to an individual, or to an organization by someone. In this context, to an individual. So these are the words from today's editorial. Now let us go to the editorial. How does it start? Wait, wrestling for justice. Look at the wording. Usually we say waiting for justice, but here wrestling for justice. It is all about the protest by the wrestlers. Based on that, the editorial starts with the word wrestling. In this context, wrestling means fighting, fighting for justice. On the protest by the wrestlers, it's all about the protest by the wrestlers against the World Federation, Wrestling Federation of India president. What is the main idea of the editorial? The Wrestling Federation needs an overhaul in the wake of the allegations, in the wake of, in the present scenario, based on a particular situation. The Wrestling Federation needs, it is in present tense, the subject is a noun phrase, but the key word in every phrase is a key word that you have to focus on. Federation, third person singular. It is in present affirmative. We need to add s or es to the verb. Needs what? An overhaul, an important word. Complete transformation, complete change, to completely change a system so that it works more effectively. Here you can also use words like revamp, revitalize, related words. In the wake of the allegations, against the backdrop of the allegations, in the wake of, you can also think of as a result of, that is also right, against the backdrop of what? Allegations. Allegation, accusation, a statement made against someone without any proof that someone has done something wrong or something illegal. This is the main idea, obviously. Any editorial, now what you have to do when I read the main idea, usually it starts with the stimulus, what exactly the topic is about what. But after that, the editorial presents the main idea. What is the main idea of this editorial? The Wrestling Federation needs an overhaul in the wake of the allegations. But when you look at this, you should guess the broad framework. What could be the broad framework? And why have they written this? Something happened. What happened? Sexual harassment. Obviously, against that protest. Against whom? What happened? Who is involved? And who is protesting, or who are the victims? What is the response of the government? Based on the response, what is the reaction of the victims? And finally, what is the stand taken by the editorial? And what is the solution presented? This is a broad framework. Wrestlers, look at the sentence. It starts here, ends here. Looks like a paragraph, but the subject wrestlers, after that, whatever you see, you have to put in brackets. This is something very important because nowadays, if you take bank exams, especially mains, prelims also, they have been giving lengthy sentences. Whenever a student comes across a lengthy sentence, he or she gets confused. What is the reason? Every lengthy sentence, the basic pattern in English, subject, verb, object. But with that, we cannot give a lot of information. Every pattern, if you take the writers, they want to provide more information in one sentence. So, what they try to do, they try to add a phrase or a clause to the subject, a phrase or a clause to the object. Based on that, here, the subject is wrestlers, and related to that, the verb is continue. Wrestlers continue to discuss, but in between, see how many words are there, and that results in confusion. But you should have the ability to identify the phrases and the clauses, only then you can spot the error. Wrestlers, who are these wrestlers? Demanding the arrest of Wrestling Federation of India, WFI President, and Bharatiya Janata Party Member of Parliament Brijbhushan Sharan Singh, who has been accused of sexual harassment, continue to discuss their plans to keep their stir alive. The main idea, wrestlers continue to discuss their plans to keep their stir alive. There are so many words. Let us see the meanings of these words first, then the meaning of the sentence to comprehend. Accuse, more or less related to allegation. To say that someone has done something wrong, morally or legally, but there is no proof as such. Accusation. Sexual harassment. We have combinations: police harassment, sexual harassment, workplace harassment, and harass means to trouble someone. Here it has been given the literal meaning: annoy, make someone angry or upset someone. More than that, I would like to say harass means trouble someone, bother someone, pester someone, and sexual harassment. It is all about demanding. What is their demand? They demand the arrest of a particular person. Who is that person? He is a Wrestling Federation of India president. And besides that, Bharatiya Janata Party member of parliament. And who is this person? Brijbhushan Sharan Singh. And he has been accused of something. He has been accused of what? Sexual harassment. So these wrestlers, they continue to discuss their plans to keep their stir alive. Here, stir has got a different meaning altogether. A regular meaning to mix. It goes with tea, coffee, any liquid. But here it means something like a demonstration, a protest. And a lot of people gather either to show support or to protest against someone or something. So they want to continue their stir, or they want to keep it alive. Means what? That is an important expression. They don't want to give up. The protest is no longer, remember, a standard expression. It is no longer. The protest is no longer about the technicality of the investigations. It has taken a different dimension. When you read, you understand. There can be no two opinions. This is again an important expression. There can be no two opinions. Means what? No one will oppose, no one will go against something. It is going to be unanimous. There can be no two opinions on the platitude of. We have got this word for the first time. Whenever you come across a new word, difficult word, after the session, do spend some time, make your own examples. Only then you'll be able to remember. Platitude, a remark or statement that may be true, but is boring and has no meaning because it has been said many a time or many times before. There can be no two opinions on the platitude of the law taking its own course. This is what it is about. Usually, when you watch TV, you read the newspapers, quite often you come across this expression. What is that? The law will take its own course. That has been said many a time. And regarding this, no two opinions. But something else is there. The fact that an MP, I should have brought this in green, I will spend a few minutes on this. Here, MP, Member of Parliament, the first letter is M. It is a consonantal letter. Some students may wonder, those who are not aware of the rule, why should we use an? School knowledge, the indefinite article and goes with a vowel letter, but that is incomplete. The indefinite article and goes with a word that begins with a vowel letter or vowel sound. Here, if you take the letter M, how is it pronounced? M. E sound is there. Based on that, we cannot say a MP, we have to say an MP. So that is one thing for beginners. They have to learn this. But those who have already learned, what are they supposed to do? They are smart learners. They have to recollect important examples from the exam point of view. What are the important examples? An MP, an SP, an MLA, an FIR, an X-ray. They have given many a time. So if you recollect and consolidate, you're a smart learner. The fact that an MP of the ruling party faces no political censure. Censure means what? Strong criticism or disapproval. The fact that an MP of the ruling party faces no political censure in the face of such serious allegations, including under POSCO, is disturbing. He has been accused, there are so many allegations, but no political censure means no condemnation, no criticism, no disapproval. That is disturbing. For probity, probity, you got to be very careful. I'm sure you all know the word probe. Probe means what? Investigate. But here, probity has a different meaning altogether. Probity means what? Complete honesty. When you look at honesty, whatever is going on, it is disturbing. It doesn't go with that. In public life and sports administration, the Delhi police maintain that the cases against Mr. Singh are under investigation and a status report will be submitted in the court. The Delhi police, here the noun, the Delhi police, it's a noun phrase. But what is the key word police? Police can take a singular verb, can take a plural verb. The Delhi police maintain that the cases against Mr. Singh are under investigation. Investigation is going on, and a status report will be submitted in the court. That means indirectly telling you have to wait. But the fact that the police force had to delete, this is an important expression. Delete means remove. But the fact, what is the fact? That the police force had to. Here the helping verb have to or has to. Third person singular we use has to. Other pronouns have to. And the past form had to. What is a function? It is used to express an obligation imposed by an external authority or a situation. Here, situation. But the fact that the police force had to delete its own social media posts, they had to delete, perhaps a strong reason, that made this benign claim raises questions about the fairness of its probe. Because they deleted, that has become questionable. That made this benign, an important word, pleasant and kind, claim, and the claim regarding sexual harassment and action to be taken raises questions about the fact that they have removed, they had to delete, raises questions, again an important verb. Arise, raise. Raise is a transitive verb, it's a regular verb. Raises what? Questions. There is an object. About the fairness of its probe. Fair means just, correct. without any bias, without any prejudice of its probe. Here, probe means investigation. On Tuesday, the stirred by the wrestlers, they include international medal winners, took an emotional turn when they gathered in Haridwar to immerse their medals in the Ganga. Initially, they protested, they have been protesting, but on Tuesday, something happened. What happened on Tuesday took an emotional turn. Why did it take an emotional turn? If you take the sports people, more than money, the medals are very valuable. And they were prepared to immerse their medals in the Ganges, the Ganga. So, emotional turn. On Tuesday, they stood by the wrestlers, and these wrestlers include international medal winners, took an emotional turn. Why? When they gathered in Haridwar, because they decided to immerse their medals in the Ganga based on emotional reaction or response. When they gathered in Haridwar to immerse means what? To put something or someone completely under the surface of a liquid, water, in this context, a river. They stepped back. Fortunately, did not happen. Step back means not to do something. They stepped back at the last moment. Another phrase you have to remember. But are unwilling to give up, they clamor for justice. Clamor to make a loud complaint or demand. And they're not prepared, they're not willing to give up. Give up, we have got many a time. What does it mean? Stop trying something, stop doing something. And you have to recollect, give in a different phrasal verb. The protest has found, it is in present perfect. But here the verb found is an important one. You have to recollect. There are two verbs that go with confusing verbs. One, find, found, found. Everyone knows. But there is another verb, found, founded, founded. Found, founded, founded means what? To establish. Establish what? An organization, a company, a society, a club, any of these. That you have to recollect. They stepped back at the 11th moment. Very good, Girija. I appreciate that. Given means surrender. Yes, Tirupati Rao. The protest has found support from civil society and has been noticed again in present perfect passive voice. If you guys remember, I have told many a time the difference between those who are good at English and those who are not good at English. Those who are good at English use present perfect quite often, and those who are not good at English use past tense quite often. You may ask, sir, why? When it comes to written English or conversational English, quite often we talk about actions where time is not important, action is important, past action. Any past action, time is important, you have to use past tense. Any past action, time is not important, action is important, you have to use present perfect. So either in active voice or in passive voice. The protest has found present perfect, active voice, support from civil society, and has been noticed again present perfect, passive voice by international sporting bodies, including the International Olympic Committee and the United World Wrestling, that have condemned, one more time, present perfect. Condemn means what? To criticize someone or something strongly on moral grounds. The police crackdown on the wrestlers. They have condemned the police crackdown on the wrestlers. Crackdown means taking stern action against the protesters. In this context, wrestlers, which happened on the day. When did this happen? There was a crackdown on the wrestlers by the police. When did it happen? On Tuesday. What was so special on that particular day? What happened? Which happened on the day India inaugurated its new parliament building. That was an important day. Why? India inaugurated its new parliament building. Same day, there was a crackdown on the wrestlers by the police. Jat farm leaders in Uttar Pradesh and Haryana have also come out in support of the wrestlers, come out in support to support publicly, resolving to strengthen the agitation, resolve to solve a problem and a problem, resolving, taking a firm decision to strengthen the agitation. How does the editorial end? Meanwhile, Mr. Singh, the man who has been accused, allegations against him, far from facing condemnation, is not facing condemnation by the ruling party, appears to enjoy the patronage of its leadership. Meanwhile, Mr. Singh, far from, he's supposed to face condemnation by the ruling party, but it is not happening. Far from facing condemnation by the ruling party, appears to enjoy, present tense. They seem to enjoy, he seems to enjoy, appears to enjoy. An important expression. Appears to enjoy what? The patronage, support of its leadership. The powerful MP from UP's Kaisarganj is blaming the protesters and mobilizing his supporters. What is he doing? He is blaming the protesters on the one hand. On the other hand, he is mobilizing his supporters. Once accused in Tada case, Mr. Singh appears to be too valuable in the BJP scheme of things. Why we don't know, but appears to be again too valuable in the BJP scheme of things. There can be no case that anyone should be punished without due process. In every case, one has to be punished after the due process, after the trial, which involves investigation and trial, obviously. Only then a person has to be punished or convicted. But the question of probity, the question of honesty, must have a higher standard. It must have a higher standard. It is the opinion of the editorial. How does we have one more slide? The allegations against Mr. Singh are of a serious nature. Sexual harassment, definitely a serious nature, that diminish, reduce, we got this word yesterday, his capacity to be at the helm. At the helm means at the top, controlling everything of a prestigious sporting body. Because of these allegations related to sexual harassment, they are of a serious nature. These allegations diminish, reduce his capacity to be at the top, to hold the top position, to be at the helm, top position, controlling everything of what? Of a prestigious sporting body, Wrestling Federation of India. While a criminal investigation must not be influenced by street protest. Now, what is happening? Protest, where is it happening? In the streets. Based on that, while the criminal investigation must not be influenced, here we have the helping verb must, it is in passive voice, must not be influenced by street protest. The message has to be clear to all in this context, particularly the victims and the perpetrators. Perpetrators, those who have committed crime, an important word. And what is that message? That there is zero tolerance of sexual harassment in India. When it comes to sexual harassment, there is zero tolerance. An important editorial, do remember, women, so many dimensions are there. Education, social status, exploitation, financial independence, status in the society. All the dimensions are very important. You may get as a passage in prelims or mains, even in the descriptive paper, they may ask you to write. In fact, it happened once or twice related to dowry once, and I said SBI, they gave a question in descriptive paper. Women are being exploited physically, socially, and financially. Substantiate the statement and suggest three remedies. So be prepared, spend some time. Let us go to questions based on contextual comprehension skill, reading comprehension skill, based on today's editorial. What is this editorial? It is better if you write about this editorial in brief, in a nutshell, in your own sentences. There can be no two opinions on what? On something, there can be no two opinions, only one opinion. What is that? What is disturbing for probity, honesty in public life, and sports administration? Always focus on the key words. What happened on the day India inaugurated its new parliament building? New parliament building inauguration, something positive. On the other hand, on the same day, something negative happened. What exactly happened? Should not be a problem to write. Who appears to be too valuable in the BJP scheme of things? Too valuable in the BJP scheme of things. Very easy to answer. Let us go to practice questions based on exam topics. First 5 questions, error location. Read the first one. These are from previous year's papers, mind you. So you get an idea about the standards and where exactly you stand. According to the consultant, a more detailed analysis of customer needs and product pricing is required. Under pressure, it may not be that easy, but once or twice you read, you should be able to spot the error. Not a big deal. According to the consultant, a more detailed analysis of customer needs and product pricing is required. Thapa is the first one. Very good. I appreciate Thapa. According to the consultant, no problem. A more detailed analysis. Here, analysis is a noun and detail, it is a verb. It should be in the adjective form. Verb past participle form is used as an adjective. Based on that, we cannot say detail, we have to say detailed. Detailed analysis, then it is adjective. Adjective noun combination of customer needs and product pricing is required. Why should we use a singular verb? Here, analysis based on that is required. But there's one more thing that you have to focus on when it comes to value addition or being a smart learner. Once you first you have to get spot the error. Once you get the answer, look at the question, ask yourself, what else can I learn from this question? Here there is one expression, one phrase, according to the consultant. This is important from the exam point of view. A lot of people make a mistake. It goes with common errors. When you talk about someone, you can say according to that person, according to the consultant, according to the report, according to. But people say, based on that pattern, they tend to say, according to me. That is wrong. Never say according to me. You have to say, for that idea, you have to say, in my opinion. According to me is wrong. Common error. Ah, that's very good. Tirupathi Rao. Singular analysis, plural analysis, like crisis, crisis. Do remember this has been given many a time. It's a common error. According to me, it is right. Wrong. In my opinion, it is right. Do remember. Question number 2, I'll end this sentence. As far as issue of land encroachment in villages is concerned, people will have to make a start from their villages by sensitizing and educating the villagers about this issue. Exactly, Ajay. Past participle can be used as an adjective. Present participle can be used as an adjective, as a noun, then we call it gerund. Very good, I appreciate. But do remember, present participle can be used as an adjective. A writing person, speaking person, swimming person. Here, swimming, writing, speaking, verb ing form used as an adjective. But when you say swimming is the best exercise, it is used as a noun, then we call it gerund. Good, I appreciate. But no one has responded. Question number 2. Do respond. As far as issue of land encroachment in villages is concerned, people will have to make a start from the villages. How? By sensitizing and educating the villagers about this issue. There is an error. I have modified the question. This is from the previous year paper, but actual question easy. I wanted to make it a little difficult for you people. There is an error. No, 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 no. You all have the same wavelength. There is an error. Very good. Who is this? Edu Kondalu. Wonderful. I appreciate. Only one student has got it right. And that is Edu Kondalu. Wonderful. As far as you have to use a definite article, the. Here we say the. As far as the issue of, you are talking about specific issue, then you have to use a definite article the. As far as the issue of land encroachment, the issue of education, the issue of training, the issue of something. Here it is specific, then we have to use a definite article the. And we say the if the word begins with a consonantal letter or sound, but here it begins with a vowel letter and we have to say the. Spelling is the same. The issue of land encroachment. Which issue? The issue of land encroachment. I appreciate that student, one student. Good. Please go to the next one. Do remember articles if they ask based on rules easy to answer. There are about 60 plus rules I teach usually, 60 plus rules related to articles. If at all they ask a question based on those rules, easy to answer. But if they give based on phrases, standard expressions, not easy to answer. Question number two, based on the standard expression, contextual awareness. Please go to question number three. As a prison will get an official telephone facility soon, the prisoners won't have to make calls in discreet manner, secret manner, through smuggled mobile phones. This is also an easy one, but you got to read meticulously. As a prison will get an official telephone facility soon. Issue is what does it mean? Your question is not clear. Dodapa dib. The question is not clear. Rephrase your question. No one has responded. How come today you are taking so much time? As a person will get an official telephone facility soon. I'm sorry, as a prison. As a prison will get an official telephone facility soon, the prisoners won't have to make calls. How come this long? Not even one student has responded. You have repeated the same thing, Dodapa. Your question is not clear. Are you asking the part of speech of issue? Yes, it is a noun. It is a noun if you are talking about the part of speech. Here, as a prison will get an official telephone facility soon, the prisoners won't have to make, we cannot use will not short form. We have to use do not short form. Then what do you get? They don't have to. You don't have to do that. We don't say you won't have to do that. Don't have to. One expression, you have to do it. Listen very carefully. You have to do it. Have to, used to express an obligation imposed by an external authority or a situation. And what is the opposite of you have to do it? You don't have to do that. You don't have to. Based on that here, the prisoners don't have to make calls. That is the error. No one has got it right. Oh, looks like they are difficult. Lengthy sentences. Our regular students also, they are not responding. The government has asked individuals with income of over 110 lakhs, 110 lakhs, to electronic file tax returns for the year 2011-12, something which was optional till last year. I hope there are no issues. I don't see the response. How come? If you don't know, better you respond. No idea, sir. Lengthy sentence, Venkatesh Rama, you're right. Not easy. As I said, these questions from previous year's papers to show you how they ask the questions and you get a chance to assess yourself. But here and there I have made a few changes. Very good. Ahmad has got it right. Govardhan has got it right. Sanjay has got it right. Here, the government has asked individuals with income of over 110 lakhs to file tax returns. But file tax returns how? We need an adverb, not electronic. It should be to electronically file tax returns. File tax returns how? Electronically. So what is this electronically adverb? And what is this question about? I have been telling you guys, bank exams, SSC also, quite often they ask questions based on word forms. Right word, wrong form. Electronic, gadget, adjective, electronically, adverb. Here we have to use the adverbial form. Please go to question number 5. It is evident that the banking sector has underwent tremendous changes during the past 2 decades. From the past to present, that is a context. An easy one should not be that difficult based on tenses. If you have already learned tenses, should not be that difficult. One reading, you should be able to spot the error. Here I don't see a lot of students, but now I see some more students. Tirupati Rao, Anusha, Ajay, they have written electronically. We can. Different patterns. Basic pattern you should not. But based on the context, based on the writer's intention, emphasis, you can. As I said, this is an easy one. I see a lot of students responding, and more than 10 students have responded. An easy one. Why is it easy? It is evident. No problem. Something is evident. What is evident? That the banking sector singular, has singular. But here it is in present perfect. The main verb in present perfect has to be in past participle form. Underwent. What is a past participle? Undergo is a verb. Undergone. Go, went, gone. Undergone. An easy one. And what is this about? Present perfect. I have told many a time in the exams, if you take competitive exams, we have 12 tenses, 6 basic tenses, 6 perfect tenses. A lot of candidates know the basic tenses. They may not ask quite often because they know your standards. And we have 6 perfect tenses. Quite often they ask questions based on 3 perfect tenses: present perfect tense, present perfect continuous tense, and past perfect tense. And rarely they touch the remaining 3 tenses. If they want to make the paper very tough, they touch past perfect continuous, future perfect continuous. Very difficult to handle under pressure. Has anyone got all the 5 correct today? Spot the errors? I don't think so. This is a new pattern. It goes with mains. Just give it a try. I have named it multiple words. First, you listen to me. You see a sentence with a blank, and you have 6 words, and you have combinations. Of these 6 words, 2 words can be used. Which 2 words can be used based on the sentence, the context? 4 is good. 4, you should be happy. Govardhan, be happy. 4 is pretty good. All the 5 outstanding. For 2 reasons. Subtle, you have to read meticulously, only then you can spot the error. Second reason, lengthy sentences, and I haven't given you enough time. Only a few seconds you got. Please go to the ability of a woman to do well does not, on whether it is a man's world or not, it doesn't matter whether it is a man's world or not, because everyone has his or her own opportunities. In this context, more her own opportunities, his or her. That is also perfect. They can do well. That ability to do well does not trust, no, does not depend on. Look at the preposition as well. Does not reckon. Reckon means to think. No, you cannot use here. Seriously. And to does not live. No, does not rest. Depend, rest, one and the same. And believe, no. So what is the answer? 2 and 5. Which options is 2 and 5? D is the answer. Does not depend on, does not rest on, does not rely on, does not bank on. They can use any of these. That's why I say always recollect related expressions. Here they can use does not depend on, rely on, bank on, rest on. All these can be used. Not reckon, reckon wrong. Reckon means to consider, to think seriously. Drugs worth from the apartment by the police. You got to understand the context and you got to be good at vocabulary. Two things are required. And to some extent, grammar knowledge. Remember, grammar does not play a crucial role or an important role when it comes to mains. Mains is all about contextual awareness, reading comprehension skill, and how fast you can read, and vocabulary, obviously. Drugs worth whatever the amount were. Usually, when police find drugs, what do? You have to think of the appropriate words. They seize. A lot of students, I'm sure they know this. Were manufactured? No. Rupture goes with things, make a rupture, but it also goes with the relations. There was a rupture in the relationship. But here, seized you can use. I'm sure a lot of students know that word. Confiscated also means the same. Confiscate. When it comes to drugs, when it comes to smuggled goods, we use words like seize, confiscate. Bought, no. Compared, no. 3 and 4, which option says 3 and 4? Answer is E. I see some students have said B, no. E is the answer. Please go to question number 3. An organization to the mission of road safety has prepared an action plan for reducing accidents and related injuries and fatalities, an important word. Seized and confiscated. Very good. And when the police confiscate smuggled goods, for those smuggled goods, we use one word. We use contraband. Contraband. Remember one word, contraband. Smuggled goods, confiscated smuggled goods. Very good. Here, an organization to the mission of road safety. Specified, no. Inaugurated, no. Committed. Committed to what? To the mission of road safety. Kicked off. You can use kicked off a campaign, but here it is not about that. Succumb goes with injuries. Already I've got this word many a time. Illness or injuries, but quite often injuries. Committed to the mission, committed, dedicated to the mission. 3 and 6, which option is that? Answer is A. Very good. A man reportedly two passports with the same photograph but under different names was arrested by the commissioner's task force. A man, understand the context, then it becomes easy. A man reportedly two passports. Poaching, you have to recollect. Very good. Who is this? Venkateshwarama. I appreciate. Poaching, illegally hunting. Poaching, confiscate, contraband, seize, smuggling, all related words. Wildlife, we use the word poaching. Faculty members also, sometimes the best faculty of a particular institute are taken by some other institute. Then also we use the word poaching. Predating, a better word is predating. Not poaching, I'm sorry. Please go to question number 4. A lot of students have said C, but 1 or 2 D. A man reportedly possessing, correct? Examining, no. Surrendering, no. Mastering, no. You hold something, you have something, you possess something, you own something. Look at the words I have just used. Possess, own, and have, hold, they all mean the same. Based on that, 1 and 5, which option says 1 and 5? C is the answer. Perfect. The Hollywood star and the Bollywood heroine are being as the next big on-screen couple. Off-screen couple, on-screen couple. The Hollywood star and the Bollywood heroine are being what? Labeled, explained, worshipped, touted, exclaimed, shouted. Go to the fifth one. Fourth one is over. Yes, Monica, that is right. C is the answer. But yes, you cannot use it in ing form. I have a bike. You cannot say I'm having a bike. It means you're eating your bike. Does not make any sense. Fifth one, a lot of students have said the D. What is D here? The Hollywood star and the Bollywood heroine are being explained, no. Worshipped, no. Touted. Touted means presented, projected. Exclaimed, shouted. So labeled, you can use 1 and 4. Which option is 1 and 4? D. Wonderful. Has anyone got all the 5 correct? If you say yes, that's really good. Let us work on 5 phrasal verbs. After that, important foreign words are there. We are running out of time. Try to answer quickly. A little confusing. In all the 5, you have the same verb, make, make. And sometimes they do that. Under pressure, you cannot handle. Very confusing. Yes, you can use those words, Govardhan, touted. More than that, it is like projected, praised, lauded, acclaimed. What all correct? Ah, wonderful. That's good, Anusha. And Ajay 4, that is also good. Naidu has answered the first one. He says B. What is B? To make up for something, make up for the loss of time, make up for the loss of money. Label. Sometimes it is used. Yes, of course. Can we use label for persons? Yes, we can. In this context, not exactly the typical meaning of the word label. It means to name, to tag, to project, to tout, based on the context. Answer is a B. Compensate for something. And what are the words you can think of? Make up for the loss of time, make up for the loss of money, make off a little difficult. 1B, right. What is the second one? Make off. Someone has gone to the third one. What is the third one? Compensate for something. Exactly. 2D, make off. Escape, hurry away. Very good. Who is that? Vijay Bharati. Very good. After that, I see Suresh, Anusha, and third one is second one D over. Third one you have answered, Suresh. A. Make out. British English, make out, understand. Americans don't say make out. For that, they say figure out. Both mean the same. I can't make out what the master says. I can't figure out what the master says. Means understand. Make into something, convert in one thing into another, make for, move towards something. This is a bit difficult. Make off, make for, they have given a few times. Make out, easy. Make into, easy. Make up for, they have given once or twice. But remember all the 5. Let us go to foreign words. Important. They have given this, in fact, some of these once, twice, thrice. Bona fide student, a typical combination. Bona fide means what? No one has responded. Foreign words. Bona fide student, usually we say. Answer is C, genuine. De facto. These 2 words are very important. If you use words like these in descriptive English, these are known as power words. You get more marks. De facto, de jure or de jure. 2 is what? De facto. Today, if you take our country, the system, de facto head of the country is the prime minister. De jure head of the country is the president. And here, by right, you can also say legally. Answer is first one is C, two it is E, and three it is A. Cul-de-sac means road closed at one end. A road with a dead end. We use the word cul-de-sac. De novo, they have used once in SBI. From the beginning, an important one. If you have got all the five correct, you should be very happy. These are not at all easy. Please go to the last slide. Yesterday we did not get a lot of words. In fact, we got only 10 words, but two words easy, phenomenal, some other word. So I brought only 8 words from yesterday's editorial. Try to get all the 8 correct. Rely on, you can answer within no time. Rely on, phrasal verb. Means what? Bank on. Diminish, verb. To reduce or be reduced in size or quantity or power, whatever. D. Temporally, adjective. Adverb also, not adjective, adverb. Temporally, adverb. Related to time. Where is it? Related to time. F. Temporally is a adverb. Spatially, temporally. Related temporally. How temporally? Tad, noun. Little, little, slightly. A little can be adjective. Little amount, little water, adjective. What is the word here? Little G is the answer. Offset, verb. What is the answer? To balance one influence against the other influence. Influenced by something else. Here answer is A. Bountiful, bounty, nature's bounty. Where is it? Large in amount, a gift. Answer is bountiful, adjective, bounty, noun. C is the answer. Dry spell, it can be a compound noun, it can be an idiom, but dry spell, based on the context, period of little rain for a long time. It also goes with business, no business activity, dry spell. Incessant rains means adjective. Incessant efforts without any respite, never stopping. It can have a negative connotation, it can have a positive connotation. That's all about today's editorial. I hope you guys have got enriched. Do remember to subscribe and share. I will come up with a few videos in the evening. Yesterday I could not take because of a technical issue. Today 7:30 are going to have a session, vocabulary practice batch, and I may come up with some new videos, useful videos related to bank exams. Do wait for those videos. Thank you very much. Hardworking, diligent, arduous, industrious, all these words you have to recollect. That will help in the long